Okay, guys, sorry about that. My dog went a little crazy. My son came home. So this will be the last one that we do, and it is with the verb estar. And again, you know what? How we're going to do it. I encourage you to pause me as you need to, so that you can process the answers. Okay, so here we go. Um, Oops, don't know how this is going to work. Okay, hopefully you can see right there. And there'll be some different ones in this one. I couldn't find any that really matched well, but I'm going to, okay, that's not going too well. Let's see, there's not a whole lot I could do except for la puerta blank cerrada. The door is closed, okay? And you think about la puerta and the verb estar is going to be está cerrada. Okay, so I got a smiley face, and temporary condition is what it's telling you. So let's look at the next one. Mi familia is in Colorado. And this is a little bit tricky. So when you think about my family, it is what's called a collective noun. Collective noun is like a group that acts as one. So it takes third person singular. Third person singular. So process the answer, and it should be B, está. Okay? And let's continue. San Francisco y Los Angeles blank in California. Two cities, so it's plural. Third person plural is going to be están. A raíz de la rabia, mi perro blank muerto. Because of rabies, my dog is dead. Okay? And this is one you haven't studied yet, but death in Spanish is used with estar. So what you need to think about here is my dog, singular, third person, and the verb that would go along with it would be está. Okay, and to look at another one. A causa del IRS, mi padre is very worried. Because of the IRS, my dad is very worried. And you know the word preocupado. And you know my dad, third person singular. So what would the verb be? Está muy preocupado. Okay. And the next one. A causa de la boda, Cristina y Matt. There should be a space in between there. Because of the wedding, boda is wedding. Cristina and Matt are nervous. First of all, let me point out that it says nerviosos because you're talking about two people. So when it comes test time and you have two people and you have an adjective to describe it, make sure the adjective agrees in number and gender. Two people, third person plural, would become están. Okay, Elena is sick. Elena, third person singular. Está. Paris is in France. Of course, you know that use the verb for estar for location. Paris is a city. It's singular, so it's going to be third person singular. París está en Francia. Al ganar la lotería nosotros, upon winning the lottery, we are very happy. Contentos, you know. Nosotros, you know. So think about the verb that would go along with nosotros, and it becomes estamos muy contentos. Después del maratón, los atletas, after the marathon, the athletes are tired. And you know the verb tired, cansados. And athletes, third person plural, so it's going to be están. Okay. And looks like there's a few more to go. I am happy because of the death of my grandfather. I'm sorry, not happy. Triste is sad. Maybe if you left me $1,000,000, it could make me a little bit happy, but that's not the situation. Triste means sad. So yo estoy muy triste. Cuando recibes una F en un examen final, when you receive an F on a final exam, tú, and you know the verb enojado, the adjective enojado means mad. Tú estás enojado. And that's the end of that one. So we'll move on to something else. And of course, just a reminder, adjectives agree in noun and number and gender with the nouns that they modify. And when describing emotional, physical states, you use the verb estar. Also with estar is location. This is present progressive tense. Present progressive, which is the conjugated form of estar plus the ing. Ing in Spanish is either iendo or ando. So one is speaking Spanish. One está hablando español. I'm writing a letter. Estoy escribiendo una carta. The children are playing. Before I reveal the possibilities, think about what would go there. Los niños están jugando. John and I are coming. Think about what the answer will be before I reveal the possibilities. Estamos, okay? And you're going to know some of these and some I'll explain to you. You know the present participle, hablando, for speaking. For example, I am speaking. Comer would be comiendo. I-E-N-D-O. Vivir would be viviendo. Okay? And here's some irregular ones. I'm going to go ahead and write them because I don't think you'll have any of these on the test, but just for practice, consiguiendo. And what it's pointing out here on these is the E, as you can see here, this is an E to an I verb. This is a stem change. So consiguiendo. Pedir, E to I, pidiendo. Repetir is an E to I, so it is repitiendo. Seguir, E to I, siguiendo. Sentir is sintiendo. Servir, sirviendo. Venir is viniendo. Okay. And then these you are going to need to know. Falling, these are the ones that go to a Y. Caer is to fall. Cayendo. Creer, you've got that one. You've had that one in your book, I know. Creyendo. Leer is another one that you're supposed to know. Leyendo. You have not had the verb oír, but it is oyendo. And construir is to construct, and it works very much the same way. Construyendo. If I can spell it correctly. Construyendo. And then finally, huir means to flee, as in to run away, and it is huyendo. Okay? Some of these I know that you have not seen before, but at least you're going to be able to see a pattern. And let's check our answers. And hopefully we got them all right. Let's see how we did. Whoops. It says we didn't answer some. Okay. Okay, diciendo. I'm not sure what I did there. Maybe it's a typo, but it should be diciendo. They say it becomes diciendo. Okay, sorry about that. Let's continue with the last one for this section. And again, pause me as you need to. Pause me as needed. Yo, blank, escribiendo una carta. Estoy. Los niños, the children are playing. Think about what you would do. Están jugando. Okay, these you've seen before, but again, it never hurts to review. So what would this one be? And comer would be. And vivir would be. Viviendo. And these repitiendo. Okay, again, I'm going to put these in for you because you're not going to have anything like this on the test, but at least you can see the endings and consider the endings as we go. Entonces, seguir is siguiendo, venir is viniendo, leer, you do need to know, leyendo, oír is oyendo. And it says it's completed, and if we were members, we would be able to go in and check our grades. Okay, that's all the review that I have for you, and again, I've hit just the grammar stuff because I know the rest is basically memorization of the vocabulary. Let me encourage you to do something. If you feel like you need some additional help, you can go in, and I've created some reviews that you have access to in your media library, and you can simply type in, for example, stem change verbs, or you can type in present progressive Spanish, or you can type in command form Spanish, and you can find all sorts of sites. And of course, you can also go in and type in YouTube, and you can find different presentations, including the little guy, the tontito frito. So, part of learning a language is doing a little bit of digging, a little bit of practice on yourself. So let me encourage you, if after this you're still feeling that you need a little practice, there's lots and lots of resources that you can use to practice. I hope this has been helpful, and we'll see you guys in class on Tuesday.